This is Black Shy Guy here. We just got news basically that the Snyder Cut was basically the last installment of the Synderverse. Listen, I'm just a regular schmo Joe, okay? I'm just a regular dude just like you guys are. I'm not nobody big at all whatsoever. I'm basically an ant, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about opinion wise. I'm talking about validation. I'm talking about validation basically in the movie industry. I'm a nobody. I'm just a regular fan just like you guys are. Um but when I heard this news, it wasn't good for me. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Especially after watching the Snyder Cut. After watching that movie and how phenomenal it was. It was surprising news to hear that WB will not be continuing the Snyderverse whatsoever. I don't know if Snyder is gonna do his own thing with the Snyderverse, probably in HBO, like people are mentioning that he might do a Snyderverse in HBO. Not that he said it, but probably some other production company will talk to him and say, hey, we've seen how well the Snyderverse did. Would you like to continue it over here? Whether it's Netflix, whether it's somebody else, HBO, Showtime, whoever. There's maybe a possibility, but highly unlikely. For WB, for Warner Brothers to basically say they are done with the Snyderverse is highly disappointing. Some people are happy with it for the simple fact that there's been a lot of death threats going around and a lot of drama just surrounding the whole Justice League department, that area, well, everybody involved, writers, everything, directors. But I guess that's why some people are happy that they're not continuing the Snyderverse, because basically the whole drama has been dropped now. Nobody can say anything. Nobody can say what you're gonna do for us. Are you gonna make a better sequel, etc. This and that and the fourth. Somebody else can basically take on the mantle and try to restart everything. Basically, a hard makeover. But the reason I'm very disappointed is because this was the first movie that DC has made that can basically be continued with a highly anticipated sequel. Basically connecting movies. Whether it's the Flash connecting this and then the Batman connecting to the Snyderverse. Basically like Marvel did with every movie basically connecting and continuing the storyline, which DC has never done. This was the first movie that could have been done by DC that they could have continued, but they decided not to continue the Snyderverse. As a fan, that is so highly disappointing to hear. And as a big DC fan, I love Marvel, but I love DC way better. Yes, I know I have a Captain America shirt, but I got so many Batman shirts, it's not even funny. And I don't even wear them in the house. I wear them to actually go out. But that's neither here nor there. But I mean, the fact that we are not getting a continuation. So what happens to Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman? What happens to Aquaman? What happens to them? Because we know Ben Affleck is leaving. We know Henry Cavill is possibly leaving. We don't know. I apologize. That was my phone. I forgot to put it on silent. But Wonder Woman, what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen, especially with the sequel being such a blunder? You know what I mean? And they, from what I heard, they asked Zack Snyder to fix Wonder Woman. I guess he's not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So Patty Jenkins is gonna continue the helm, which I have no problem with Patty Jenkins, and unless she reverts back to what she did to Wonder Woman Part 1. You know what I mean? If she reverts back to that person who she was, then I would love Wonder Woman Part 3, the sequel. But if not, it's going to be another blunder. You know what I mean? Because Wonder Woman 2 was horrible. Horrible. I mean, what's just going to happen now that the Snyderverse is not going to be continued whatsoever? What's going to happen? What are we gonna get as DC fans? What are we gonna get? I mean, Hamada, I guess he's gonna give it a go. I mean, I guess he wants to see what he can do with it. Hopefully he nails a home run with the DC characters. Hopefully he takes over what Snyder. Maybe he'll take over what Snyder did. Maybe he'll continue that and put his own spin on it. But most likely he's gonna do a hard makeover, start everything over. Maybe with Patterson's Batman, who I'm not gonna lie he looks amazing. I mean, from what I've seen, okay, I'm talking early. I know I'm wishful thinking, but Patterson does look nice as the Batman. I don't know what we're gonna get, but to hear that news right after the success of the Snyder Cut, it's kind of ridiculous on WB's behalf. Like, you're basically telling fans, hey, we gave you a last hurrah, basically what you always wanted, but even though we left you in a cliffhanger, that's the way we're gonna leave it. Sorry. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what you have done to the fans right now. The people who love these heroes that we grow up watching, reading, etc. It's like Marvel continues to get spoiled in such a good way while the DC fans just get stomped on. I don't even know what to say. Like, there's nothing else to say. I mean, I'm not saying Snyder leaving the helm and the Snyderverse not continuing is the end all be all for DC, but we all know it's gonna take a while for anything to continue with DC. For God's sake, we don't even have a Superman replacement yet. I don't know if there is supposed to be a Superman Clark Kent replacement, because like I said in my last video, I don't think Henry Cavill's leaving. I still think he is the Superman Clark Kent. I really do think that other Superman that they're going to make is the colored version of Superman, who we all know who's that, and it's not Clark Kent. So maybe they will continue Henry Cavill as Superman. Let's pray and hope, but it doesn't look good. We all know Ben Affleck is leaving as Batman. We all know that. He's done. He's done. Sadly, he's done. But Patterson looks good. He looks good. I like him. I don't know about you guys, but I like him. He looks good, and from what I've seen, I'm willing to give him a chance. Jared Leto is back as the Joker, and he says he's willing to do more. And Jared Leto, from that end scene, he was a good Joker, and I do believe he deserves a chance to push it further. I don't think he got a good opportunity to push his Joker. And he showed everyone from that small scene, that small bit of the Joker, that little spat he had with the Batman. They just showed us how glorious that could have been if they would have continued. And that's why the Snyderverse being canceled on us is such a big disappointment for all of us fans who just, I don't know, who just wanted more of it. You know what I mean? Just more of it. Especially now that Cyborg was brought out. He was such an amazing character in the Snyder Cut. Such an amazing character. It was a joy to watch Cyborg. Now I know why dude was so pissed off, because all of his parts was deleted and all the things he was facing behind the scenes. Now, all that spat he was saying on Twitter, I used to say, Jesus Christ, you're complaining a lot. But I see now, now that I watched the Snyder Cut, everything that was removed, especially from the actors of color, come on now. It's so much drama surrounding DC. It's never good. It seems like Marvel always seems to be pushed to higher prosperity while DC just crumbles and continues to crumble. And for some reason, even though it's crumbled down to the slowest, it finds a way to even go lower. I mean, I'm going to give Hamada a chance because we have nothing left. We have nothing left. We lost Snyder. We possibly lost Henry Cavill. We lost Ben Affleck. We gained Patterson though. Hopefully we keep Wonder Woman Gal Gadot, because that would be ridiculous if we ever lose her, because Gal Gadot is a phenomenal Wonder Woman. I don't see her as nothing else. She is amazing. Aquaman, Jason Momoa, I don't want to lose him. He is a good Aquaman. Let's go forward, DC. Hamada, let's go forward. Enough of this bad news every time. Can we do what Marvel is doing, for God's sakes, anytime soon? Well, that is my rant. I'm sorry, I probably ranted for too long. I didn't want to do any type of end cuts, any type of screen swaps or anything like that. I just wanted to speak from the heart as a fan, as a nobody, but as a fan, because I'm nobody. I'm just like a regular guy, just like you guys who are upset about this. And those who are not upset about this, I don't know how you can't be upset about it, because this is the first shining light DC has had for a long time. And for you to be like, glad, I'm glad it's over. How can you be happy that it's over, that there's no Snyderverse, there's no continuation to something we could have seen? Finally, we could have gotten an evil Superman. That would have been so epic. Why nobody was eager to see that? Because Henry Cavill plays such a good villain in any role he portrays, because he was great in James Bond. So imagine him as, not in James Bond, I apologize, in Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise. So imagine him as an evil Superman. He would have nailed it. He just would have nailed it so good. And you don't want to see that? You don't want to see the continuation of Jared Leto's Joker? That little spat between the Joker and Batman in the Snyder Cut didn't inspire nothing in you to say, hey, I want to see more? I'm tired of hearing these people say, oh, Darkseid is a copy of Thanos. No, Thanos is a copy of Darkseid. And they're not alike. They're nothing alike. They're nothing alike. Stop saying that. It's ridiculous. Thanos saying, let's make this clear. Thanos cannot be Darkseid. I mean, I'm being kind of salty right now, but Thanos cannot be Darkseid at all. At all. He can't come close. He would need the Infinity Stones to even get close to Darkseid's level. And with the Infinity Stones, yes, he can beat him, because come on now, it's the Infinity Stones. But oh boy, will he have a hard time still. Not really. Not with the Infinity Stone, but I'm saying. It is what it is. It is what it is. I just don't understand how people are not happy, are that happy to see it end. I mean, how can you be happy? Yay, Snyderverse is gone. What are you gaining? Well, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, hit the unlike button. As long as you're here, thanks for sitting at my table. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Snyderverse ending. Let me know what are your thoughts. I mean, are you happy to see it go? Are you happy to? Are you unhappy to? Are you unhappy? You know what I mean? Tell me whether you're happy or you're unhappy. I would like to hear both opinions, and I'm really curious to hear your opinion if you did like to see that the Snyderverse ended. I would like to hear your opinion about why. Why? Because I find that very, very odd. But anyway, this is Black Shy Guy. Thanks for sitting at my table. You have a good one. We're very sad to see you go, Snyder. Thanks a lot for the Snyder Cut. We appreciate it. I'm out of here. Peace.